every single one of you, everyone in here is going home with an Oase Bio-Orb. Yeah, that's right, folks. Courtesy of George Farmer. What a great guy. You never get bored of it? Green? Aquascaping?
No. God, no. Stupid question. Who is this guy?
George here, and I'm off to Aquarium Gardens to meet up with Coralfish12G, quite a well-known YouTuber in the saltwater world. So he's over in the UK with Sean Hale from Fritz Aquatics, and Aquarium Gardens is staying open, especially a little bit late for these guys. So let's go over there right now, say hello to the guys and see what we get up to. So here I am at Aquarium Gardens, just waiting for George, that's Coralfish12G, George Mavrakis and Sean to turn up. But before they get here, let's have a little look at the store. The scapes are looking amazing. I wanted to pay particular attention to the Aquascape 1500 that Philippe rescaped. I originally did it, well, over 2 years ago now, I think. And then Philippe came in quite recently, about 5 or 6 weeks ago, to rescape it, which he tends to do with all my decent scapes. I think he did one at Green Aqua as well. So let's go and take a look at that right now. So super grateful to Dave for keeping the shop open. Say hello, Dave. So yeah, he's kindly keeping the store open, which is quite good because there's no customers right now. It's just after 5 o'clock and the guys will be here shortly and be uninterrupted filming around this amazing store. So lucky to have Aquarium Gardens. It's literally 2 miles from my house. So this is the Aquascape 1500 that I was just telling you about that Philippe did as a workshop, and I've got to say I think I prefer it to my old scape, but it really actually reminds me of kind of autumn. It's like got the autumn kind of colours and textures, and we are in autumn or fall as the American guys like to call it. But it really invokes this sense of autumn, especially these oranges, these reds, these yellows. It looks absolutely beautiful. You can see these bubbles coming out of here. This is the CO2 mist that has been delivered by, I'm assuming, an inline diffuser. There we go, attached to the Wazo Biomaster 600 external filter there. Big fan of these filters, as probably you know by now. CO2 inline diffuser, pressurized system there, refillable bottle behind there, as you can see. And the Evolution Aquascape 1500 cabinet. This is the raw concrete grey, really popular finish. 16 finishes altogether. But let's take a step back at this amazing scape. And we've got the twin star just firing up there, that mist you can see here. This is pretty much pure oxygen bubbles. So it basically works on electrolysis. 2 dissimilar metal plates, electrical current passes through, splits the H2O molecule into hydrogen and oxygen, and those bubbles are basically pure oxygen. Awesome fish choice in here, excuse the reflections, dwarf neon rainbow fish. These are going to get a bit bigger as they get more mature. Colours are really, really great under these max light. These are quite high end. How much are these, Dave, these max lights? £800 each. 800 quid each, so we've got £1,600, which is about $2,000 worth of lighting on here. It is a high-end system. We've got 2 decent filters, pressurized CO2, high-end tank and cabinet, suspended lighting, glassware. You know, looking at about £5,000 worth altogether here. Not cheap, but if you want something super beautiful to look at, you know, it's worth investing in. I mean, you can create something similar. There's no reason why you couldn't create this actual Aquascape and something much cheaper. But if you wanted to get this kind of real premium finish, this minimalistic look and luxury feel, then you do obviously need to invest appropriately. And here's Tommy. Hello, Tommy. He's a good boy. You say hello to everyone? Yeah. Here they are. And they've just turned up, so let's go and say hello. Don't swear.
Hello.
Hi, Kat, how are you?
Dog there.
How you doing, mate?
It's a dog.
Good to see you. Say hello, Sean.
What's going on?
Hi, mate. We haven't met, have we? I saw you at Aqua.
Yeah, I'm Asher.
Asher, that's
yes.
a cool name. This is Sean Hale, Fritz Aquatics.
We're ready for you now.
Coralfish12G.
We've got our shades on.
Legendary.
We're
and
ready.
Kat
Hey.
from Senai.
Yes.
Yes.
We're ready to aquascape.
And here we go. Right, and here's Dave, everyone.
Hi, Dave.
Prepared to get your minds blown.
Really?
Yeah.
We're ready for it.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Whoa!
There we go.
I think this is my first time in one of those shops that is like this, where it's just tank after tank.
Tommy, come on. In you come. Good boy.
Is that unreal?
Let us know what your favourite scape is.
How many of these have you done?
Currently only that one there, the best one on the left.
You've done a lot in the past.
I did a lot in the past. That big one there, the biggest one, used to be mine, and then Philippe from Portugal came over and rescaped it. Philippe Oliveira, do you know him? He's a really, really good guy, a really talented escaper. Yeah. Good trip.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like
Water's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've been there before?
No.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
the first time, yeah, fully blew our minds.
What do you think, George?
I feel like I'm in a library. Like I gotta be like really quiet.
Yeah, to be gentle.
Yeah.
Zen, you've got to be zen.
It's very zen, yeah.
Yes.
I don't wanna like ruin the movie.
I'm going to talk George through this Aquascape 600 that I aquascaped about a year ago?
December. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 months ago or so. So Aquascape 600, this measures 2 feet long, 20 inches front to back and 14 inches tall. So it's about, I want to say 30 gallons or so. And the plants, this is the quite unique thing about this scape, is all the plants are from tissue culture. So these are Tropica 1-2 grow plants. They're all grown originally in laboratory conditions, which means they're going to be free from algae, free from pests, pesticides, snails, and disease. So the risk of buying a regular potted plant is that it'll often come infested with snail eggs, potential disease, algae. So you buy it in a sterile cup. Dave, do you want to just grab us a 1-2 grow cup over, and I'll show George what we mean. And you get actually more quantity of plants for your money. They're much smaller, but there is a much kind of denser package. Here we've got Eleocharis mini, and this has probably about 5 to 10 times the quantity of plants in there than you would get in a regular pot. Have you got any Eleocharis in a regular pot, Dave? Yeah, I'll show you the difference. So all of the plants here are grown in this kind of environment here, sterile. They start off super small, but they grow really quickly. They're basically like a baby plant. If you imagine a baby, it needs feeding frequently. So we actually need to give quite a lot of liquid fertilizers to an aquarium using only 1-2 grow tissue culture. And here is a regular pot. So you can see much bigger, much taller, but actually in terms of plant mass, in terms of plant quantity, probably 5 or 10 times less than the cup. In terms of plants, we've got Hemianthus cuba here. This is this really nice tight carpeting plant. Quite an advanced plant, needs CO2 injection for it to grow successfully. Starogini repens or repens. This is a beautifully named plant called Pogostemon erectus. I love the name of this plant. We've got Hygrophila araguayi here, and in the background we've got some Rotala hra. And then this one here is Pogostemon helferi. Quite a unique stone here. This is called Frodo stone. This was actually collected in Eastern Europe and flown over by my good friend Adam Pascella, who deals with this stone. It's one of the most dense stones you can find in the hobby. Really, really heavy, you know, in terms of its size, but beautiful to work with, as you can see. Lighting is the Twin Star 600S. This is a really popular light, and we use them. Most of the tanks in here are lit with the Twin Stars. Really good price per performance ratio. Not adjustable in terms of spectrum, but you can adjust the intensity with a third-party inline device. But as you can see, grow the plants really well, give a really nice colour rendition, and just they look quite stylish. They really suit this kind of style of open-top rimless scape. We've got the Aquascape glass pipework set here. So this inlet here has a surface skimmer on, so we don't get any surface scum build-up. One of the potential issues with a planted tank is the plants themselves produce a lot of kind of waste which can collect on the surface, so we use a skimmer for that, and it also sucks in water through the strainer here. We've got the Twin Star sterilizer here, and then if we look inside the cabinet, we've got the Oase Biomaster external canister. I think this is the 350, and then we have our pressurized CO2 system, which is in line on the CO2R external inline diffuser right there. So all in all, a really nice system. Been running, well, this actual tank is one of the original Aquascape 600s, which has had about 3 or 4 scapes in it now over the last 3 years or so. But I really like this size because it's not too expensive to buy, not too expensive to stock, and doesn't take too long to maintain because it is relatively small. Livestock wise, we've got some red phantom tetras and then the good old Amano shrimp here, which you can just see grazing the algae on the stones. These are really good addition to any aquascape where you want to keep the background levels of algae really low. And we talked about the nearite snails earlier on George's channel. You can just see one just there. These help to keep the rocks relatively free from algae as well. So there we go. Beautiful Aquascaper 600. Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy.
Tommy, what's it like to live with George Farmer? Epic. He's the best dog owner in the world.
Tommy, you're gonna be the first dog on the 12G show.
Hey.
Oh wait, what? We're doing this? Okay, what's up, folks? We're back today. This is our 3rd episode of the 12G show. I just created this show because honestly,
Why is it 12G? 12 gallon.
it's 12 gallons.
Your
Yeah.
first ever aquarium 12 gallon.
Yeah. We're here at Aquarium Gardens here in the UK, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to sit down with you and talk for just a few minutes about what it's like to be George Farmer.
I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you very much. It's very good to see you in my local fish store.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for coming. We'll have a cup of tea.
Tommy don't like Harry Potter. That's. You ever see those like running around your house? Like,
Yeah. We've got them in the special room.
Yeah. My first question for you, my first official question is, you do this full time.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Like, for my viewers who don't understand this world of aquascaping, like, explain that like people do get paid for this.
Yeah, absolutely. So someone will want to achieve, a nice looking aquascape, and they might not have the skills or the time to do it themselves, so they're happy to pay for the privilege. A lot of folk will know who I am, and they might even be a hobbyist already, and they like the idea of having a George Farmer aquascape in their home, so they're happy to pay for that.
How long did it take you to get to the point where people would pay you to aquascape their tank?
Wow. 10, 12 years.
That long?
Yeah. So I just started out as a passionate hobbyist,
Right.
sharing my work, and a passion for kind of educating people and inspiring people. Started writing for magazines, and then that's when my reputation grew to the level where people would approach me to do sort of trade shows, and then I'd get private clients. But my revenue stream is only probably 10% private installations. Mm-hmm. The majority of it is consultations with brands, video content like yourself, you're a creator as well, and magazine writing. I'm writing a book right now. So there's lots of different revenue streams coming in. The private kind of installations is just this kind of small part of that. It's an important part, but it's only like a small fraction.
What do you eat for breakfast?
I have bulletproof coffee. So I have a single origin organic coffee from Guatemala, and I have grass-fed butter and MCT oil mixed in with it with a blender. Mm-hmm. And this is a full breakfast, but it's classed as intermittent fasting. And then I have my first meal probably at about 12 o'clock midday.
Is it safe to say your favorite color is green?
Absolutely. Yeah, just a different shade depending on what mood I'm in.
You never get bored of it?
Green?
Aquascaping?
No. God, no. Stupid question. Who is this guy? Do you ever get bored of salt water?
It's like there's so many different scapes I can do like that.
There's infinite potential. So the most exciting part for me is that empty glass box, right?
Right.
That's the blank canvas.
And the fact that you can do anything you want. Yeah.
And the exclusive maybe for the channel, for the 12G show.
Let's go.
There we go. I am doing a super high-end reef tank next year.
What?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Oosh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so Oase, you've been working with them recently.
I work closely with Wise and Tropica in particular, yeah.
Is it safe to say that George Farmer to Oase is George 12G to Fred's?
Yeah, I would say so.
So why Oase?
I'll tell you the story. So they came out with a new filter called the Biomaster, which is an external canister filter, pretty much used exclusively here actually. And I actually bought it myself. Even though I can approach Eline or Food Valve for free stuff because of where I am. But I actually bought it myself, and I just love the features. Quick release pre-filter, built-in heater, basically. And I used it for a couple of years, super reliable, German quality, German engineering. And I just approached them and said, you know, I do YouTube, I'm growing quite well, do you want to come and sponsor the channel? And they did. And then one thing led to another. I had a meeting with their kind of development manager, and I started doing shows with them basically. And then they gave me a BioBear, which I really liked, and they gave me an Oise Highline Aquarium, which I really like. And they're just high quality products that are reliable, well engineered, nice design, and I'm happy to be aligned with a company that, you know, has those qualities.
Sounds a lot like.
Sorry for the
plug. At the end of the day, yeah, people ask me why I use Fritz, and it's because I actually genuinely really like their products, and they're really easy for me to use. And so it's like
exactly.
So
you must get offers pretty much daily from, can you test this? Can you review this?
Of course,
I get them every day, but you have to, you know, I think we have a responsibility to our viewers to tell an honest and true story rather than just kind of selling out and saying something that's good, even if you've not even used it. You know, I've seen this before. So I'll only ever promote or review a product. I'll only review a product or make a review public if I actually like a product.
Right. If I don't like a product, I just end up not making the review. Yeah, and I email them like, yes, these are my problems with it, and instead of speaking negatively about it, I'm just not going to speak about it.
Exactly. I'm exactly the same. Yeah. And I only align myself with brands, that I have extensive experience with, and I trust the people in that company as well, because that's hugely important, that human relationship that you have, not just necessarily the products, but the team behind the products.
If you won the lottery, what would you do first?
I could do a competing event against Aquashella.
All right, and that concludes the 12G show, guys. Thanks so much for being here, even though you didn't really have a choice, but it's been a blast hanging out with English George Farmer, Aquascaper of the Year on the 12G by the 12G magazine, rated 3 out of 5 stars. Thanks so much for spending your time with me.
You're welcome. Thanks for watching. Keep on scaping. Okay guys, there you go, a look inside Aquarium Gardens with Coralfish12G, George Mavrakis. Check out his channel, he's more saltwater, but he is getting more into freshwater. So subscribe to him if you're not already. That's really noisy. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me a comment. What should I say? Who's looking forward to me scaping a reef tank next year? You take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio.